Lasciatemi!
Evelyn just loves ruining beautiful starstones with her sticky red sap.
I think I'll stay off that particular device. Room for one more?
I'd do anything she asked. The people beyond this gate are awfully boring. They just go... Wow! The people beyond this gate are off. How can Evelyn hate Jake? They're both the best of friends with the white-haired lady. What was her name? Condelia?
Into the fray once more.
Source Hunter, you have done it, haven't you? You've discovered the fate of Counselor Jake. By the gods, no one could have predicted such a dark turn of events. This is worse than my deepest fears made manifest. It just cannot be that they aim to resurrect him. Brachus Rex. It cannot be! Forgive me, this news just so very upsetting. This thing. It was the king of tyrants, the embodiment of terror. The lunatics that seek his rise must be stopped, whatever the cost. I do. I do indeed. Brachus would unseat the king of demons in sheer perfidy and malice given half a chance. For the world, for you and I to suffer his perversions once more is unthinkable. The possibility of his return is more than I can bear. And Ikara, that she has been dragged into this sorry business adds insult to insufferable injury. There have long been rumors that Brachus's corpse was interred in the vaults beneath the abandoned Church of the Seven in Sicil's eastern hinterlands. That place is crawling with undead these days, so the rumors may well be true. Where Leandra goes, the dead rise left and right. And even in death, the long-lost tyrant's corruption appears to persist. Come to think of it, did anyone in Evelyn's lair mention the name Cassandra? It's nothing, Hunter. Nothing. My mind is reeling, but I'll feel better soon. After you've cut short Leandra's dark pursuits. She is a great woman, Hunter. A champion of all that is good and pure. She may have killed Jake, but then again, the man turned out to be a vile sorcerer. I can only surmise that she is on to her sister's sinister schemes, which makes me fear for her safety more than anything else. Leandra. I know her, though I haven't seen her in years. As you know, she and Ikara are sisters. It's hard for me to believe that she's leading this cult. That she's delirious enough to go after Brachus Rex. But clearly her involvement can no longer be denied. She's as smart as 10 wizards put together, Hunter. An opponent to be feared. Now, you said Jake and Evelyn called her the Conduit, didn't you? In that case, she may just be the elusive head of the Immaculates. There's a village in the forests north of Sicil where a new religion has taken hold. Its followers call themselves Immaculates, and I've heard say they worship a leader called the Conduit. This village is called Silverglen, and if my suspicions turn out to be correct, there is sorcery at work there. Alas, I haven't the foggiest. Another sorcerer, perhaps? Or simply another victim of Leandra's ploys? The Legion didn't find a second body at the scene of the crime, so maybe he escaped with his life after all. Though, just as likely, his body too was taken away by Evelyn for experimentation. And I will see if I can find out more about Ikara's involvement. But in the meantime, please pursue Leandra to the old church in the east and stop her before she can raise Brachus. I beg of you.
Looks like bringing up Brachus Rex's name alone is enough to turn our friendly neighborhood wizard into a scaredy cat.
I wonder why this ancient spectre spooks him so. Ahu doesn't strike me as the type to scare very easily. And so the mystery is solved. Councillor Jake was murdered by this so-called White Witch, Ikara. But as it stands, I guess our next concern is Brachus Rex.
We did what we set out to do, though. Nowhere in our orders is the hunt for an undead king mentioned.
Orders or no, if Brachus is half as dangerous as Jake and Evelyn claimed, we must prevent his ever seeing the light of day again.
If you continue throwing your shadow around like this, I'll never get an even color. You did what now? Oh, well, I'd give you a gold star, but I'm fresh out. Oh, there's not much business left for me here then, is there? Perhaps there's a beach nearby with fewer passers-by, disturbing one's beauty rest. Ta-da!
Told me it could see my future.
You're back! My very best friend. Take a seat. Stay a while. Oh, not so much. They've been here longer. What don't I know? I saw it leaving already. Come back. Oh, well, it was great meeting ya. Don't. Sir, are you all right?
I mustn't have used it correctly.
Oh, you're such a great listener. Oh, you're such a great listener.
The wizard here is quite the fellow. Grab a mat. Say, grab a pillow. You'll be the greatest hunter yet if you become a Belagarette. I hate crabs. They eat every shell on the beach if they could get their weird little mouths on them.
You're back! My very best friend. Take a seat. Stay a while. My friends, if you ever feel like nothing, don't I? His name I do not. Oh, I'm so. Will Grant. I know that for sure. Oh, leaving will come. Don't be. Sir, are you all right? You're back! My very best friend! Leave... don't... They hand in hand with wandering steps and slow, through Eden took their solitary way.
Give me a hat, a robe, and
What
some
a
boots.
joy it
Or
is to
maybe
be a
one of those
Belagorette,
fancy
the most
suede
favored of
suits.
women. Sweet Belagar, when I sleep I dream of you. When I wake I long for you.
What a joy it is to be
To
a
me,
Belagorette,
my honeys,
the most
to me, my
favored of women.
girls. Pout your lips and shake your curls.
Sweet Belagor, when I sleep I dream of you. When I wake, I hate crabs.
I dream of you. When I wake I long for you.
Be cursed, all divines, for an unwelcome light shines in this dread, dreary cave that was marked as my grave.
Sweet Belagar, when I sleep I dream of you. When I wake I long for you. What a joy it is to be a Belagorette, the most favored of women. What a joy it is to be a Belagorette, the most favored of women. My love, my own, my Belagar.
What a
embrace
joy
me,
it
dear.
is to be a Belagorette, the most favored of women.
Oh, Belagar, how I adore you.
Sweet Belagor, when I sleep I dream of you. When I wake I long for you.
Sweet Belagar, when I sleep I
A
dream.
lowly male among my Belagorettes? Unworthy are you, be they blondes or brunettes, to gaze upon their countenance fair, their luscious lips, their voluptuous hair.
Favored of women.
O ignorant innocent, 'tis I, Belagar, the greatest practitioner of magic by far. There isn't a spell, no incantation arcane, that is not stored in my miraculous brain. I speak, I rhyme, and wonders create. The world is my playground, and the living my bait. 'Twere the vagaries of youth that landed me here. Demons! I thought that I could puppeteer. For it was in those days my one and true aim, the attention of Maxos, to dramatically claim. Devils I summoned, a demonic quartet. Alas, that they posed too big a threat. I was soon overcome, nigh unto death. Maxos I called with my last desperate breath. He saved my life with wild, wondrous magic, and yet the outcome was dreadfully tragic. He locked me in here for my reckless behavior, vowing that I would have no other savior than a champion so bold and downright courageous, they dare to defy my trespass outrageous.
How I adore you! My love, my own, my Belagar, embrace me, do. Sweet Belagar.
The demons I summoned, they guarded my prison, but after long last, a champion has risen. So cheers, old chum, for unbarring the door. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a world to explore. You mean you don't know the patriarch of wizards? The devoted companion of fire-breathing lizards? A jetpack he gave the Dragon Commander. Aye, I can tell you with absolute candor that he gave him a mighty empire too. Boy, you've got a lot of catching up to do. So hie thee to a store and take a good gander at the amazing spectacle that is Dragon Commander.
Sweet Belagar.
Sweet
When
Belagar.
I sleep, I dream
When I
of
sleep,
you.
I dream
When I
of
wake,
you.
I
When I
long
wake, I
for
long
you.
for you.
Who is counting the years or even the centuries? This isn't the worst of penitentiaries. Rifts I have run, in dreams I have seen, thousands of kingdoms and galaxies obscene.
When I wake, I long for
Furthermore, I devised these Belagarettes, the choicest of ladies a man can get. Yes, the demons you vanquished, so now I am free. But was I truly confined? Ha! Not me!
you. Women.
And soon so shall I, though don't say goodbye. I'll be out in the wilds, in the woods, in the dales. There I may meet you and spin you new tales.
Belagar, how I
Embrace
adore
me,
you.
do. What a joy it is to be a Belagarette, the most favored of women.
My love, my own, my Belagar, embrace me, do.
What a joy it is to be a Belagarette, the most favored of women.
My love, my own, my Belagar, embrace me, do.
Oh, Belagar, how I adore you!
Sweet Belagar, when I sleep, I dream of you. When I wake, I long for you.
Sweet Belagar, when I sleep, I dream of you. When I wake, I long for
Sweet
you.
Belagar, when I sleep, I dream of you. When I
So
wake,
let us prepare, my savory lasses. I mean to depart, so move your sweet asses.
Sweet
My scrolls and my
Belagar,
tomes.
when I sleep, I
And
dream
do not
of
forget
you.
about
When
my
I
scissors
wake,
and
I long
combs.
for you.
We'll
my
dazzle the
own,
realm
my
with my
Belagar,
glorious
embrace
presence.
me,
For to meet
do.
Belagar is everyone's pleasance.
Sweet Belagar, when I sleep, I dream of you. When I wake, I long for
What a
you.
joy it is to be a Belagarette, the most favored of women. Oh, Belagar, how I adore you. favorite of women.
Upon the shore below this cave, you'll meet a necromancer grave. Find the sand and take a left. You'll find her if you're very deft.
Give me a hat, a robe, and some boots. Or maybe one of those fancy suede suits. We'll travel the land in splendorous dress.
I hate...
And finesse.
The wizard here is quite the fellow. Grab a mat. Say, grab a pillow. You'll be the greatest hunter yet if you become a Belagarette.
My love, my own, my Belagar, embrace me, do.
Ready to advance, ready to defend. What can...
What a joy!
Upon the shore below this cave, you'll meet a
What a joy it is to be a Belagarette, the most favored of women. What a joy it is to be a Belagarette, the most favored of women. Oh, Belagar, how I adore you! Sweet Belagar, when I sleep I dream of you. When I wake I long for you.
The wizard here is quite the fellow. Upon the shore...
My honeys, to me, my girls. Pout your lips and shake your curls. Ah.
I hate...
Land in splendorous
What
dress.
a joy
An
it
example
is
of
to be a
elegance,
Belagarette,
style,
the
and
most
finesse.
favored of women. Sweet Belagar, when I sleep I dream. When I wake I long for
to be
you.
a Belagarette,
The most favored of women.
Begone, silly boy, for you may not toy with my sweet demoiselles, with my sensuous bells.
Sweet Belagar, when I sleep I dream of you. When
We
I
may
wake
meet anew.
sleep I dream
To
of
me,
you.
my
When
honeys,
I wake
to
I
me, my
long
girls.
for you.
Pout your lips and shake your curls.
Sweet Belagar, when I sleep I dream of you. When I wake I long for you. Oh, Belagar,
I need a
how
look
I
that's
adore
unique, can't you see? Fetch me a tailor. Pick one who's free. Begone, silly boy, for you may not toy with my sweet demoiselles, with my sensuous bells.
My Belagar,
Embrace me,
embrace me, do.
My love, my own, my
Oh, Belagar, how I adore
Embrace
you.
me, do.
Oh, Belagar, how I adore
We may meet
love, my own, my Belagar, embrace me, dear.
To me, my honeys! To me, my girls! Pout your lips and shake your curls!
What a joy it is to be a Belagarette, the most favored of
To
women.
me, my honeys! To me, my girls! Pout your lips and shake your curls!
My love,
To me, my honeys!
own,
To me, my
Belagar,
girls! Pout your lips and
embrace me,
shake your
dear.
curls!
Sweet Belagar, when I sleep I dream of you. When I wake I long for you.
Give me a hat, a robe, and
No
some
arrows
boots!
fly far.
Or maybe one of
What
those
a
fancy
joy it
suede
is to be a
suits.
Belagarette, the most favored of women.
Give me a hat, a robe, and some boots. Or maybe one of those
Belagar,
fancy
how I
suede suits.
adore you.
Another piece of trash!
Oh, Belagar, how I adore you.
Give me a hat, a robe, and some boots. Or maybe one of those fancy suede suits.
Oh, Belagar, how I adore you. Oh, Belagar, how I adore you. What a joy it is to be a
To
Belagarette.
me, my honeys! To
Favored
me,
of women.
my girls! Pout your lips and shake your curls. To me, my honeys! To me, my girls! Pout your lips and shake your curls.
What a joy it is to be a Belagarette, the most favored of women. Hearing of the Hawk. My love, my own, my Belagar, embrace me, dear.
Trish!
We'll have none of that, you hear?
mustn't have used it correctly.
Spirits of Riverrock, aid me.
In charge of Maxos.
We'll travel on land in splendorous dress. Example of elegance, style.
Oh, Belgar, how I adore you.
My honeys, to me, my girl. Out your lips and shake your pearl.
Oh, Belgar, how I adore you. Oh, Belgar, how I adore you.
Begone, silly boy, for you may not toy with my sweet demoiselles, with my sensuous bells. We may meet a new...
Sweet Belgar, when I sleep, I dream of you. When I wake, I long for you. Oh, Belgar, how I adore What a joy it is to be a Belgarette, the most favored of women. My love, my own, my Belgar, embrace me, do.
To me, my honeys, to me, my girls.
Sweet
Out your lips
Belgar,
and shake your
when
pearl.
I dream of you. When I wake, I long for you.
Bah!
I need to dry off. I mustn't have used it correctly. I mustn't have used it correctly.
To leave the city is to venture into danger. Be careful, Source Hunter.
Pepper. Did it sprout legs and run away?
Source Hunter, welcome, welcome.
back on my feet.
Needed that.
A stitch of time, hey, my friends?
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. can I help you, my friend? Source Hunter, welcome, welcome. I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. By all means. I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous. And what might those be? So the Sparkmaster 5000 has been reduced to scrap, has it? A shame, really. But if your actions saved lives, I suppose you may consider its demise a success. Those who are raising the dead dwell among us. They simply must be. But even though I've spent many a night leaping from tree to rooftop, watching on as citizens stagger home from the inn or simply burn the midnight oil, the enemy is wily. They know us better than we know them, and they've found ways to avoid both detection and distrust. Yet I am somehow convinced that you may succeed where the Legion and I have failed. Oh, a mere trifle for one with the intellect of a feline and the engine... But certainly. What would you like to know?
You again? Come to throw my dinner to the wind again? I'm Chef Maurice, the one and only culinary...
Well, Source Hunter.
Greetings! These stores are for our Legion troops. Rivalon's finest work up mighty fine appetite.
Salutations, Source Hunter. They must come from somewhere, from some vile source. I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you, by all means. What? You found 2 of my soldiers cowering in the bushes. I expect more from tried and true legionnaires, but at least my legionnaires, they all perished. How fate has treated them wantonly. Churches have churchyards, and churchyards attract necromancers. So goes this. So I did. The chances of survival during...
Have some pity. May the 7 bless you. Oh, I am a happy man. I'd heard they were not to be... They told me that I would find... Fire, the most thorough cleanser, was my method. But as my house burned in front of me, may the soul of Astarte smile upon you, kind stranger.
Legion's greetings, Hunter. You claim to possess evidence that implicates Lady Esmeralda in the murder of her husband? Well, let's have it then. And what questions are those?
The hunter returns! I hope you... I cannot believe Jake was a sorcerer. What depravities did he commit? Was he planning to use me as a sacrifice? Ooh, I shudder to think that for years I have lain next to him at night, peacefully sleeping, while his thoughts dwelt on blood and devilish magic.
Well, what do you want to know?
Legion's greetings, Hunter. You claim to possess evidence that implicates Lady Esmeralda in the murder of her husband? Well...
The Source Hunter. Oh, joyous hour. So, let me get this straight. There are insidious sorcerers running about town that turned a council ambassador into a zombie for sport, after said councillor was murdered by some mystery witch who subsequently trotted off to her cabin in Luculla Woods. Sure you haven't omitted relevant details like, flying brooms, black cats, and bloody pentagrams? By Belagar's nebbers. Sounds like a fantasy tale mothers tell their children before bed. And I bet none of it's more than fantasy either. Though no doubt Ahu puts stock in your every word. Anyway, be these truths, half-truths, or outright lies, it seems to me your business in Seal is concluded. Don't let the undead hit you on the way out. Whom would you have the Legion arrest? So, he wants you to kill that savage the mayor calls his daughter, does he? Hardly seems a crime to do so. But I guess I cannot allow assassinations to take place. I won't arrest him unless I have some actual evidence, though. Or did you think I'd simply take your word for fact? As I suspected. Oh, if you must. Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I hadn't been... How am I enjoying it? Are you spoiling for a fight, Hunter? Are you? Seal stinks of fish, reeks of orcs, and on a good day, the wind disperses the... We are the pride of Rivellon, to be found and to be seen everywhere. We don't hide in the dark and lurk in corners like some I could mention. No. I'd say they're looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of our... What more is there to say? She clearly was in league with the sect that's been unsettling Seal, so now that she's dead, all the better. Hopefully, though, it has dawned on you that a sect implies multiple adherents. The search continues. Yes, and he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat, licking God's knows which body parts. Sects, sorcerers. He'll be seeing flying carpets next. No, I don't see how my mother-in-law is any of your business, Hunter. Seriously, though, I doubt information given by the zombified remains of a counselor is to be trusted. But then again, you do take the advice of cat wizards, too. I heard she has a cottage in the forest north of the city. I'm sure it's made of gingerbread and you'll find the remains of eaten children. So off you trot in chase of fairy tale fiends. What'd you take me for? An ignoramus? That accursed name rings a goddamn Carillion. He was the last sorcerer king, a frightful warrior that fell dozens before finally being slain by the army that had risen against him. We may well stand on unholy ground right now, for they say his remains were buried in what is now Seal, a mad king for a mad city. Whom would you have the Legion? So, he wants you to... As I suspected. So, he wants... As I suspected. I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know. Leader of the Legion in Sicil. But... Oh, what now?
Within the shadows.
What? Oh, it's you! What news? What would you like to discuss? So Evelyn is the one who stole Jake's body. But whoever killed him is still on the loose. This is quite the mystery. Yes, very strange indeed. What were we talking about again? What? The undead? Yes, for the past 2 years, those blasted skeletons have all but suffocated this city. With all but one trade route overrun, Sicil's once torrential commerce has slowed to a pathetic trickle. What would you like to know? His name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Sicil harbor. You can talk to him if you think it'd help. But the staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid the townsfolk against the undead. Well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you long ago, Source Hunter. But I suppose if you really don't know, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least explain the basics. You see, when a lady and a fellow find each other rather nice, well, rather more than nice, they occasionally, well, Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the 7th sake. I can't be bothered to chat all day about the birds and the bees when Sicil's under siege by orcs, undead, and cultists. That depends. What kind of berries? The library. Yes, you must have a visit. It's the gem of Sicil. Would you like to have a look? I'll escort you upstairs myself.
Marvelous! What? Oh, yes. This library is the jewel in Sicil's crown, the beacon of culture and learning in our fair city. My Victoria has every volume you could possibly imagine, and she's got every speck of information about this place packed into her brilliant brain. Yes, Victoria's come a long way from that little bundle of claws and teeth I adopted so long ago. It brings a tear to my eye just seeing her here among her beloved books. What? Oh, yes, yes. I'll be on my way back down.
Volume 1, Volume 2. But where's the third one gone?
Bless the seven! I am restored!
Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
As good as a new penny!
Jagetta, friend. I am Victoria, daughter of when I was the fisherman who he raised me like I was his own. This kindest of souls. Yes? Have you decided what should be done about him? Please do not press me any further. Leg Fizzoda! Yes, a capital notion. Let him be brought before the law for his schemes. I am an innocent, and Eglund here would see me dead. That is a grave offense, is it not? It would probably be better if you rather than I informed Captain Aureus, though. He bears little goodwill toward me ever since my... Yes? Have you decided what... Jagetta, friend. The knight in see-through armor, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stenticken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? Hey, stop that! The knight in see-through armor, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stenticken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? Volume 1, Volume 2. But where's the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night. Volume 1, Volume 2. But where's the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night. Volume 1, Volume 2. But where's the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
What? Oh, it's you! What news? My dear girl, I introduced her to my library. If you're looking for something special, just ask. She knows that depends. Please yourself. Let me know if you any progress in stopping that beast. Wait here. I'll get my beekeeper's suit. Oh, wait. Oh, yes. The fabulous five. I thought you said the treacherous. Well, never mind. They just informed me that they cleared the cave of all undead presence, so I gave them the reward as promised. They just left town. The rest of the world needs saving too. Oh, they truly are fabulous. Maxine? What in heaven's name are you? I spent months trying. I've always been more fond of cat. Well, I suppose as much as any other Thaddeus, Rich, or Harold. A shameful spot upon the history of Rivellon, that brute. As loath as I am to admit it, Sicil was once quite a hub of the despot's supporters. Some even say his corpse was cast beneath the foundations of the abandoned church in the northeastern cliff. An old wives' tale, I say, but I suppose one never knows for sure. Oh, she's a dear girl indeed. She's got a little cabin in Lacula Forest, not so far to the north of here, in fact. And though she doesn't make it into Sicil often, it's a comfort to know she's keeping the watch near our border. I hope she hasn't got mixed up in all this ugly business with the counselor. My elf? What? Oh, myself. I am Cecil. What would you like to discuss? What? Oh, it's you! What news? What? Oh, it's you! What news? What? You found it? Oh, this is excellent news. Where is it then? Give it here.
This relic seems quite powerful. I think we'll keep it.
We were tasked to find the staff, not to keep it. We must return it to the mayor.
We can't risk letting the staff fall into the wrong hands again.
Come now. How can you refuse a sweet old man like Mayor Cecil?
All right, we'll do it your way.
Wonderful! Oh, it's simply wonderful! Come, come. You must let me thank you somehow. I've got it. A free month's honorary membership to the Sicil Library. What? Oh, it's you! What news?
It's cost us time in spades. Can we please attend to more urgent matters?
Hello again, adventurer. I hope you wiped those muddy boots on your way in. Me? I live alone here in town. Used to, he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring and endlessly worried. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparred. That band of... oh, I don't even know what to call them. Well, they're his heroes. You say you met him? Was he well? Did he look hungry to you? Cold? Was he eating enough vegetables? Did he wash his hands before supper? Oh, please, you must tell me everything you know.
I suppose we should tell her the truth about her brother. She'll be devastated, but at least she won't waste her life waiting for a ghost.
by Parbatha's silver talons must we linger so? An idle brain is a demon's workshop, hunter. I can tell you if you wish, but you'd have to listen to the tale of my life, because my future, such as it is rooted deeply into my history. By all means, if you're in the mood for such a dark tale. Once upon a time, I was a king in a land of beauty to the east. A land of tigers and slender towers, of deserts and forests, of sun and all the world's wealth. I was a young king, handsome and all-powerful. Every nobleman would have killed his own brother if I promised to take his daughter's hand in marriage. But I refused their incessant implorations. I knew my life as a sovereign would be self-indulgent, but also a self-delusory one, if I weren't to marry for love. And so a handful of years went by. The king's throne I myself occupied, whereas the queen's throne remained empty but for the court's cats that would nap the afternoons away upon its velvet cushions. But then one day, a young woman visited my kingdom. She was a poetess and a storyteller. People flocked to her, listened to her every word as if receiving mantras from the divines. I invited her to my palace, and soon our days, our nights, our love and our lives intertwined. Hiraka. How I miss her still. Miss the brilliance of her mind that was both as sparkling and as unbreakable as the diamonds that adorned her body. Oh, and how I miss her body. 1,000 artists I could have commanded, show me beauty. But she would have effortlessly surpassed their every endeavor, and curving her lips into a smile, make them break their sculptures in tearful impotence. And yet, true happiness, that commodity more precious and even more fleeting than the dominion of kings, sang to us like the nightingale, only to depart come the dawn of our first year's unity. A malady overtook me, and I began to wither. It was an unparalleled horror. Scores of physicians flocked to my bedside. They traveled from realms across the seas, hoping to cure the mighty Jehan, undo the gloom that had befallen the land, and mere vultures that they were, to be paid handsomely for their efforts. But none of their potions took effect. Their salves seared, but did not soothe my fading flesh. Like a ghoul I looked, unburied yet risen from the grave. In futile anger I struck my mirror, but broke my brittle fingers only, not its ever-mocking surface. That, hunter, is a tale for later. I realize I haven't answered your initial question yet. Why it is that I chase time like a lioness its prey. But we'll get to that part later, should time permit. Yes. Let's get this over with. Once up, I knew, but Hiraka. Oh, it was but none. That hunter. Is it? Yes. Let's get this over with. May they be pertinent, hunter. Oh, it doesn't just happen around here. It happens everywhere. And that is because those who perform feats of necromancy don't know their history. They are like the followers of ancient holy men that distort their examples' teachings with newfangled and perverted practices. What was art has become artifice. What had meaning lost it. I do not know what the likes of Evelyn want to accomplish, what their true end goal is, but you may be certain it is not the great pursuit. Life has no meaning to them. It is life they have lost. My ultimate purpose. Yes. Perhaps I shouldn't have mentioned that. Not yet. Suffice to say that I do not live like others do. I do not live for happiness, for the joys these earthly hours may bestow. My existence is the hunt, and through that hunt I may just find deliverance. Soon I must confront my purpose, or perish. For 1,000 reasons, and for one especial. The 1,000 obvious ones I'll list with pleasure. The special one, that is my secret to keep. One, they're scourged. 2, their machinations irreversibly. 3, their perversions. 4, their schemes unhinge the fabric of space and time. 5, their presence distorts all intrinsic. Hunter, I could find you cross-dressed under the spell of a dominant goblin, yet when next we'd meet there'd be no question. I am not from any place anymore. I go where my quest. I remember them well. Yes, I can see them still. Though when I try to focus on their detail. And so let the hunt.
Who would have thought it? Jehan, an all-powerful king, stricken by a horrid plague, the memory of which plagues him still.
No wonder. From the sound of it, he was at death's door.
The higher your station, the deeper you may fall. He may live, but clearly Jehan is a king no longer.
Dancing dugongs, you nearly startled me out of my boots. Ask away, my friend, ask away. Always helps to know a thing or two about who's covering your back against the gnashing horde. More than I'd hoped, comrade. I don't know what in tarnations there's Mayor Cecil's doings, for one, and the mysteries of our master thing. And on top of it all, the feline menace is lurking at every hearth and shadow. Now, don't get me wrong, I think the mayor's a decent sort. But from what I've heard whispered around the docks, the old guy's gotten himself mixed up in something not quite on this side of the law. I suspect an illegal source artifact or substance is the root of it, but exactly what or who's given it to him, I can't say. And since I haven't technically been assigned to Sicil, I don't have the authority to interrogate him. Fella seems like a humble doctor, but I'll bet my sword he's dealing in some. A loose-lipped legionnaire let slip that she'd seen our good doctor scale the city wall on 2 separate occasions, well past midnight each time. Hardly the habit of an innocent healer, I'd say. You mean you don't already know, comrade? Their kind can see in the dark. It ain't natural. It's no coincidence the Order retired me, or tried to anyhow, to such an aptly named little town. Way back when, the settlement was chartered as a stronghold for source hunters to keep watch over the borders of the Phantom Forest. Don't let the name fool you, though. These days, the forest is little more than a smattering of trees and ruins. A perfect posting for an old bull and her dotage like yours truly. In the days of old, though, the forest played host to source devils of every make and kind. Hunter's Edge was a settlement of source hunters tasked with watching over the border of the forest and putting down anything smacking a source that might creep out of it. By now, it's been centuries since anything more dangerous than a badger has come out of those woods. By and by, the source hunters moved out and regular folks set up shop. But the town's charter requires that at least one of our kind remain to keep the watch.
Hello again, adventurer. I hope you wiped those. You say you met him?
I suppose we should tell her the truth about her brother. She'll be devastated, but at least she won't waste her life waiting for a ghost.
Yes, it's a bitter truth, but one we can't conscionably keep to ourselves.
I can't. That's impossible. You must be mistaken. Tom was a daring boy, but an adroit one too. Check your facts before you spread such horrible lies. Tom's alive. Do you hear me?
What? Oh, it's you! What news? What would you like to discuss? Well, oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the...
Hello again, adventurer. I hope you wiped those muddy boots on your way in. Alive and well! just as it should be, the dear. Life is so wonderful when you've a safe and happy family. Oh, just thinking of him makes me want to sing. La do 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 do. Tra la 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 la. Place this book here. A volume of poetry among novels. Rack. Me? I live alone here in town. Used to be that my younger brother Tom and I... Hello again, adventurer. I hope you wipe those muddy... Me? Alive and... Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? To's Jagetta, friend. Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Rack.
Oh, fancy that. A source hunter barging in when the lady of the house is fully dressed. Who could have
A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
That rooster thinks he's such hot stuff, posing for Jerome like that. Someone ought to tell him his waddle waggles when he crows, same as the rest.
Oh, you haven't left town yet, have you? Jolly good. Join me while... I'm the mayor's cat, don't... Oh, he's a darling old Tom, isn't he? Paws over tails in love with me, and at the risk of sounding as shallow as a spaniel. Oh, dear Sam. But of course, darling. Oh, this quaint little town is a tad too parochial for one of my more urbane tastes. But one has to make do, hasn't one? The fresh sea air does go to great lengths to invigorate one's spirit, that much I'll admit. And it is rather jolly to watch the ships sail in laden with all kinds of exotic wares, full of the little treats the mayor likes.
think I'll sleep by the fire.
By all means. I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what a magnificent moment. So I was. Not that I have it bad here. Aye. So there. Would that I still had my collar. Such a marvel it was, as bejeweled as the night sky with precious stones, said to have once been worn by a far-off Maharaja's best hunting cheater. Like the king of all cats I looked when I wore it. A gift bestowed upon me by a princess whom I had kept company during a long and perilous voyage. A precious band of gemstones, lost as I was tossed around by the waves like a ball in a game of catch. Among the waves it remains, I imagine. Worn perhaps by a crab who fancies himself a Caesar with it. If only I could be the Caesar again, and Maxine my Caesarina.
Ah, hello. I suppose I am the Duke of Ferrell. Though I suppose my name is in the mouths. Come to apologize for your baseless accusations. Well, now that the matter's settled, I have no reason not to say it. I hated Jake, the corrupt old goat. And if that cult hadn't gotten to him, I might have done the honors myself. Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to...
A source hunter? I'd like to report some dark. I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful scream has been ringing in my ears ever since. And with the room where it all happened still under quarantine, we've a though that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did happen? We all thought it was Esmeralda who checked into that room, and the Duke that followed her in. I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a good look at her, damn my eyes, but I figured the way she disappeared that she was visiting one of the lodgers. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more. I'm not proud to say I ducked under the counter and damn well stayed there till I heard Ivad fling that door open. But I was paralyzed with fright.
Hello again. How can I help you? The name's Ivad. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I've been offering... All you see before you is the manifestation of my great-grandpappy Horatio. Well, between you and me, things have been rather slow since the, incident. But with spirits high and liquor flowing like it is tonight, it seems the crab may just come out of that pinch. I reckon you know more than I by now, but I heard it was an evil cult that did him in. In my inn? Oh, it makes me skin crawl, it does.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your invent. Ready to have another look?
Glorious to see you once more, fair friend. I hope you've given some thought to my revelation. What's in a name, dear friend? For we all begin equal in the conduit's eye. You mean you haven't heard? Oh, steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from this moment forth. The conduit, our link to the goddess herself, has given us a special gift, and the gift is thus. By following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way, we can each of us live on for a span greater than the number of stars that twinkle within the goddess's right eye. She came from on high to we mortals and showed us the path to the goddess, where all living souls are naturally inclined. She showed us that injury and malady need not mark the end of life, but that through her methods we could ascend to greater life in service of the goddess. Ah, for this hallowed information, you must seek an immaculate chapel. Go north, friend, through the forest and into the town of Silverglen, where all may be revealed. There, among her followers and friends, dwells the goddess's ecstasy, her one way. Go on the path to the righteous, my friend. Forget not that the conduit has great plans for you.
Abracazoo malefidam! Expect rain tonight, my friend. Zandalon has willed it so. Me? You mean you don't recognize me? Well, you must live under a very large, very heavy rock, for I'm the finest wizard in Rivellon. Yes, that is strange. Strange indeed. But it's a strange world we live in, isn't it? A strange and magical world, full of wonders and regionis regentum. Oh, you'll find out. You'll find out indeed, if I'm as good as they say I am. You'll have sprouted a pair of long purple ears in the next hour. Ah, how I do love a tasty aubergine in...
I'll